Oh my gosh, like this camera. Sheesh. Oh!
She was trying to hit him with the woo, trying to catch him. She was trying to put it in his food, trying to trap him. Maybe underneath.
Hi guys, it's that girly. Welcome to my channel. My first video. Y'all, I'm nervous as heck. I'm not even finna cap. Yeah, so I put a poll up on my Instagram, and it was a story time, and it was either a bad period story or getting rid of a fake best friend. And y'all picked a fake best friend. But anyways, let's get started. So, this all happened in middle school. In middle school, it was a rough time for me because, to be honest, I had a lot of stuff going on. And it was like I had just transferred from private school the year before, and I had to get adjusted to it. Yeah, I had to get adjusted to middle school and public school in general. So let's begin. 6th grade. We're gonna call her Shorty. I'm gonna call her Shorty because, yeah. Shorty and I met because we had lockers right next to each other, right? And at orientation, when you get your locker combination and all that, you have to go test it out just to make sure it works. So I've never opened a locker before, and neither has she. Number one, we're middle schoolers. Come on now. My mom goes with me to orientation, and my mom was like, "Why can't you?" My mom was going off on me about why I couldn't open the locker, and then she started going off on her. And keep in mind, we didn't know each other, so it was just like, "Yo, I'm sorry for like my mom." She was like, "It's okay," and my mom introduced me to Shorty and Shorty's mom, and she was like, "Y'all are gonna be best friends. I already feel it." My mom always made my friendships, so we're gonna leave it at that. Shorty and I, we were close. We had almost every class besides one together. Two, I lied. We had everything besides 2 classes together. And we were really cool. We were really like best friends. Shorty was cool. I had a hard time making other friends because like I didn't know how to express myself fully. And I went to like an all-white middle school. So I was kind of like the white black kid in a way. And this story is so funny to me looking back on it. But Shorty introduced me to, we're going to call her Ginger. So Ginger and Shorty were already best friends because they had a class together, which was band. Yeah, they had band together. And so I was like slightly jealous. I'm not even finna cap because it's like, dang, you took my best friend. Move, Ginger. So I got along with Ginger. We all were together. We were like trios. During this time, I keep saying a lot. During this time, I was not doing well in school. And the main reason why is because I'm not going to say I couldn't keep up with the pace. My people kind of did my work for me at one point. So I didn't really know what to do. I got distracted with Shorty and Ginger. Ginger was going to always keep her grades up. Shorty and I were the main ones struggling. Here's the problem. I let myself struggle to the point where I was getting scholarship warnings. And I was just like, okay, I gotta improve. So I improved one class but failed at another class because, once again, all of us had classes together besides one. So, here's the real problem. My mom was noticing these things. She was like, "Oh yeah, maybe you just get away from friends for a little bit." So I'm like, okay, Shorty. I told Shorty that. I said, "Yo, we need to like get our grades up." She was like, "Okay, I understand. Maybe we could like tutor each other." I'm like, "Okay, let's do that." Shorty and I would like talk to each other at lunch a lot. And Shorty had a certain allergy. She had a nut allergy. So I couldn't personally bring anything I really wanted because I like that type of nut. I like peanuts, okay? I like peanut butter. And she was allergic to peanut butter. So the problem was my mom was noticing that I would eat my like peanut butter stuff at home. And she was just like, I just don't think you should for real keep talking to her. And I'm like, at the time I really got mad because it's just like, you tell me my grades dropping because of them. Now you tell me I can't be around her. I wasn't listening. And look at me doing dumb stuff. Ginger was, she was really weird, but she was cool weird. I let myself keep slipping behind, and next thing you know, I really was failing a class every quarter. Like, dang, you failed math. Ooh, and it was core classes too, stuff that I'm good at. And I was just like, okay, I gotta stop. An incident occurred between me, Shorty, and Ginger, and it kind of broke us up. And let's just say I started to make new friends because it's just like, now I really see what my mom was talking about. You know, she was right. Maybe I do need to stay away. My problem was I always came back to Shorty. Ginger and I, we fell off for a little bit, but then we became like cool again, cooler than Shorty and I. The new friends I was making were also, she was trying to become their friends as well. So it was like, okay, I can eat peanut butter with them because they're not allergic. I can do this, that, and the other, da-da-da-da-da-da, so forth and so forth. It got to a point where Shorty was telling me, yo, I forgave you, come back because it's boring over here. In my head, I'm like, I know I shouldn't do it. My body just said, go. It was just, boop, cool. So even though my mom told me not to do it, I did it anyway. That was the end of just 6th grade only. 7th grade year, when I got my test scores back, I realized I failed bad, and I know I'm smarter than that. I took all remedial classes, and I had one elective because it was mandatory. Because I was messing around with Shorty for real. Ginger knew better, and Ginger knew that, you know, she knew how to get her work done and to keep a work-friend balance. Shorty and I had the same classes once again, besides like 2. And the real problem was they were remedial classes. So it's just like, dang dog, you really have 2 math classes and an intensive reading class? I was really beginning to separate myself then. I had met some friends who also had, you know, in my math class because nobody was dumb. We just really got distracted. And everybody knew that. We never got treated like we were dumb or anything. So I was hanging out with them a lot because I'm like, okay, with them, I see like my self-esteem's boosting, everything's boosting, my grades are getting better, my scores are getting better. And Shorty noticed I was distancing myself from her. Like, I would come sit with her at lunch every now and then, but I was hanging with my other friends because I was exploring myself. Her issue was she didn't like that because she had friends, but she knew none of them would tolerate her like I could because let's listen here. Little Shorty had a little attitude. She had a little attitude problem, and she really thought she was the stuff, and she really was not. She was like yay high and really thought she was the stuff. Anyways, so I'm bonding with my other friends, and then it's just like something keeps telling me, just go be with her. Go be with Shorty. Soon as I get back being with Shorty, my grades dropping. My attitude's different. I notice all my business is getting put out there. I'm getting into more trouble at school now because I'm really hanging back out with her. I was really getting upset because it's just like emotionally, I wasn't stable enough to like handle that situation for real. Shorty wanted to for real put all of my business out there. And I mean all of it, not even to be funny, not even just jokingly, just put business out there. I'm like, why are you telling people who I like you? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I'm thinking we're cool and all. We're really not. She plays way too much for me. And so it got to that point where I'm just like, okay, I'm going to sit with my other friends. And my other friends are like, no, let's come over there. I'm like, do you really want to do that though? They also learned it's not cool to sit with her. So 7th grade, at the end of 7th grade, we all take our final exams and stuff. I was beginning to play in makeup. And she caught on to that. And she was just like, oh, well, this, that, and the other, da-da-da-da-da. Like, let's teach our makeup. Laughed at me even though she told me to do the makeup tip. I was really hurt and I didn't know how to feel. I was also one of the kids who didn't really wear weave, and for the first time I got like some really ugly crochet twists, dog, like the real big poofy ones. And I got talked about for wearing them. But I made it look cute. Cuter than you. The fuck? Anyways. 7th grade ends, and personally, I feel like I'm gonna fail everything because it's just like I'm so distracted, nothing's going right. I also had stuff going on with other classmates, and it's just like, what's genuinely wrong? Like, I know I'm not dumb. I get my test scores back next year, which is 8th grade, and I'm like, I did really well for everything to be going along. Like, my test scores went from 1s to 5s, and I'm just like, wow, I did great. 8th grade year is when it really got terrible. I started liking boys. And, okay, I've always liked boys, but at the same time, I was like, I like girls too. But I didn't need nobody to know that. Shorty wanted to put out there that because I hug girls a lot, I'm gay. But she was like smacking girls on the booty and junk and grabbing booty and was like, I'm not gay. Okay, cool. It is what it is. Everybody used to literally pick on me because they were like, you do stuff that's kind of gay. Okay, so me showing like attention to you is gay. Sure. So I liked my first boy, and we kept it on the low. Here's the problem. I completely distanced myself from Shorty at the time. I was like, I'm gonna hang out with my other friends. I'm gonna sit with them at lunch. Me and Shorty don't really have classes together, so I don't need to talk to you. You don't need to speak to me. I will come over there every now and then for Ginger. And Ginger was even beginning to separate herself because she saw that what Shorty was doing wasn't cool, like, at all. She was kind of treating everybody like a dick. So, it is what it is. And with my other friends, they were noticing that Shorty was running her mouth a lot. And I'm like, at the time, I really had bad anger issues. But I never showed them that much because I didn't want nobody seeing it, and I also didn't want to get kicked out. So Shorty ends up telling everybody that, oh my gosh, Jordan's kissing, da 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 da. Jordan had, even worse, she made a joke saying, I have mono. Who jokes about having mono? That's like joking saying you got herpes, dog. What? And I'm just like, now I gotta clear my name again because of something you did. So I'm sitting back over there. All rumors really stopped, right? I'm dating this boy, and he was like, yo, can I sit with you for lunch? She starts telling him all the worst things about me. Like, not even to be funny, just straight up dogging me. And she wanted to laugh about it. She was like, I'm just joking with you. I'm like, you're not joking. You're telling my business, and that's rude. I also had my period, and I did not need the whole school to know that I got my period earlier than they did. She would be like, oh my gosh, Jordan's finally got her period. Oh my gosh, Jordan's bleeding. Oh my God. Like, that's kind of embarrassing and awkward for people to know. And it's really disgusting because it's personal. I really didn't hang out with mature people. And the mature people I did hang out with, they didn't even want to hang out with me no more because of her. I was linked to her. After me and this guy broke up, she low-key was laughing at it. And she was just like, well, I mean, I don't know what you expect. What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? I didn't even want to stay for the answer, so I just moved from the lunch table completely. I didn't care. I sat by myself. So from then on, I started sitting with my other friends. And she was getting upset because it was only 2 people over there with her, and they were all kind of nerdy. So it was Ginger and one other person. Ginger and the other person, they don't tolerate foolishness for real. They'll joke with you, but after about a good 5 minutes, they're going to get straight to what they need to do and not talk. Dog. I was so upset. I was just eating, and she wanted to come over there. I'm like, whoa, like, why are you over here? Personally, I didn't want to, see her sick because she had to go to the hospital multiple times because of some peanut-related allergy. So I'm like, yo, I think it's peanut butter over here. I don't think you should be over here. And I guess she took it as, you don't want me over here. So she just sat down anyway. So I'm like, and then I had peanut butter on top of it too. So it's just like, dog, I'm hungry. Let me be me. I don't want to talk to you, this, that, and the other. I don't know what happened really after that, but she was trying to get under my skin. And I don't know why, but I could just tell she wanted to really bother me. I couldn't deal with no more drama, to be honest. And I was so ready to leave middle school, it felt like I was graduating high school. I was so upset one day. I really brought a jar of peanut butter and was eating it at my friend's table. And the girl came over there and she sat, and I'm like, I need you to back away, because if you smell peanut butter, literally you're going to the hospital. So that's that. It was also one time at the end, it was also one time she wanted to say some slick mess and I really let it go. But here's where I got rid of her finally. It was beginning to be the end of the school year. And the last week of school, you know, you have your superlatives and all that. You have your award ceremony, you got the 8th grade party, stuff like that. She wants to be buddy-buddy and it's like, yeah, let's go do this, let's go do that. I'm like, no, because you're rude to my friends, you're rude in general, and you're definitely rude to me, and you've personally disrespected me on multiple occasions. She didn't like that I was beginning to stand up for myself, and I felt happy. Like, my self-confidence was great at the time. I felt happy, I felt energetic, my test scores were great. I was doing well in school. Like, besides my other side drama, I was doing great in school. It got to the point where I feel like she was just coming around me, really trying to like be like the devil conscience. Your conscience is the devil. And she was just like, well, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Just running her mouth. And I really had to tell her off, like, yo, I'm not with it, this, that, and the other, da, 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 da. And I posted something. And here's why I really messed up, because I was immature. I posted something on Instagram saying, you know, this, that, fake people, blah, 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 fake people, blah, 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 fake people, blah, 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 fake people. She saw it. And she knew it was about her. So she was like, if you have a problem, you could just fight me then. Little Miss Ma'am, I am literally taller than you. Like, you're like right here. You're at my boob. You're literally at my, I will throw you. You only weigh like 90 pounds. I bench you, literally. And not the kneecap, yikes. And I really was ready to fight her, but for some reason, all the so-called popular black kids, right? They were all taking her side, and it's just like, you're taking somebody else's side that you seen like bully me, no cap, for the past 3 years, and you're gonna take her side for what? For what? So I'm like, okay, we are about to fight, but we're about to fight on like a library campus. They break it up because they're like, well, why do you need to do this, that, the other? Everybody else encouraging me to go fight her because they know that she rude and disrespectful. It was the last day of school, last day of 8th grade. We all had a little 8th grade award ceremony. We all had a party. And she wanted to take pictures with me and my friends. That was the game. No cap. Nobody was separating us. And my friends, they knew that she was a sneaky little bitch. I mean, really sneaky too. And they were finna protect me at all costs. No, those are my sisters for real. So I officially broke off ties with her. And I said it in the meanest way possible. Like, I don't know what exactly I said. I think it was, you're fake, I don't need you. You don't give positive vibes at all. You really just caused me hell my whole middle school life. And you're kind of the reason that my middle school experience was the worst.
I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this.
At the time, the high school I wanted to go to was the one she was going to. I didn't know that she was going there until later. And I'm glad my mom switched that bear around and definitely said Paxton. Because if I ain't go to Paxton, yikes. 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 But yeah. She didn't really text me anymore. Think she block me on Snapchat after that? I think she blocked me on Snapchat temporarily, but then she got a whole new social media platform, and I held a grudge. I did. I let it go now, but I really held that grudge because it's just like, you did all this just for what? Like, for what? She looks like a changed person now. She followed me on Instagram at one point, and she asked me about doing her eyelashes when I wanted to be like an eyelash business, and I really was just like, no, I don't like you. I'm still upset. That's the story about how I got rid of a best friend. A fake best friend. This felt like a really long story time. I'm not even finna cap. Shorty is still friends with a few people I know from middle school. And like, they close. And I guess they forgave her because, you know, they weren't involved for real. But it's kind of hard to see your old friends be friends with your enemies. It's just like, yikes. But yeah. That's that story time. I hope y'all enjoyed it. This is my first YouTube video, dog, and I really I really was trying to be cool and all and cute. I did my little hair up. Forehead is on 12. I'm gonna keep that in there. Yeah. Ooh. That's kind of it though. About really doing an unpopular opinions video. And if you want that, you should let me know in the comments. Or go to my Instagram, which will be linked down below. You should follow me on there. It's literally the same as my YouTube. Big bad braids on the hair. They're knotless, butt length box braids. Ooh, look at the look at a little bit. Yeah, that's really it. And I hope y'all like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment, do something. Let me know y'all there. And y'all watch the end of the video. Alright, guys. That was so high-pitched. Alright, guys. Oh, yo, no. Alright, y'all, for real. I'm gonna dip. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Love y'all.